And we've been joined live in the studio by one of the stars of the front bar, which tonight goes on with Luke Longley and, of course, Eric Banner. Make him welcome. But Sam Pang, how are you, Sam?
Good morning, everyone. Good morning. Mate, you want to rephrase that? You want to do it again?
Why? What do you
One
want
of
to
the
say?
stars.
One of the stars.
No, the.
The star.
Just the.
Okay, that's great.
Yeah.
Joining us live in the studio now, my sidekick and straight man. He does a good job. It's Sam Pang. How are you, Sam?
Oh, that's ridiculous. MG, tell
Yes.
everyone you watched last week, didn't you?
I watch most weeks.
There you go. Who'd you like?
I
Who'd you
loved
like?
Pat. I love Pat Cash. I think he's fantastic. I've met him a few times, and he's a great bloke. Yeah, real
Did
good
you
bloke.
know this? Did you know this? Sam Pang used to be a tennis coach.
What?
Sam Pang. So,
What is wrong with you? You know what I've worked out? All you try to do is upset me. When I do it right, I playfully try to get us in positions where you are at your best and you think on your feet and you get us out of it and it's comedy gold, right? Whereas you just upset me.
I think that's a great talking point.
It's not.
I think people want to know more about you.
Oh,
so
I'm
we know
intrigued.
he played football under 19 for Collingwood. So
Yep.
he's a good sportsman. He's
Yes.
got good hand-eye coordination. And him and Pat Cash were talking backstage about backhands, being wrong-footed at the net and stuff like that, wasn't it? It was quite a detail. Who
Well,
did
Sam,
you coach? Anyone?
being the coach now that you were, do you know that there's no player in the top 10 in the tennis ATP that has a single backhand? They're all double-handers, backhanders.
Oh, thank you, Bruce McAvaney. What do I care? What are you telling me? I get up early and come in and you just for you to annoy me and MG to tell me things I don't care about. Is that what this morning is? It's unbelievable. No, is that is actually that is a very good point. So when I
You tell him it's a good point. You hop into him, but now
I have a comfort that it only becomes because I think I'm a friend of the show. Because if I
You
met
are.
MG,
You are a
if I
friend.
met MG just cold,
You wouldn't
I would
say
be
that.
so respectful.
you would indeed.
No, it's an interesting point. So, because when I was younger, anyone who had a topspin backhand, I always put the top of the tree. I elevated, they were elevated because it's such a beautiful.
So
stroke.
hard.
It is right. A one-handed, a topspin, one-handed backhand. And now, Mick, as MG said, they've all got double-hand backhands.
Yeah.
Where did you get your giant racket? You bought a giant racket out the other night.
Daryl Summers. Daryl gave it to me. I had to give it back to him. It was unbelievable. Yeah, because I don't know what was that about. Oh, Andre the Giant.
Andre the Giant.
We were saying Andre the Giant. No, the greatest thing that I think the best fun we had, as I quickly move on from my tennis coaching, was that we had This is a joy of the show. We had a guest last week that was 100 years old.
Yes.
Oh, you know, a tennis player. Yeah.
Andy's younger brother. Andy Marr's younger brother. It was great to see him. No, Henry is 100, right?
Yeah.
And
He died backstage, but it was. Apparently he's playing again this week.
He's-
mate,
He's playing
lying
again
back.
this week.
he's playing. He's on his way to Turkey to play in a tournament. He's 100 years old, MJ,
How good is he? How good?
and fought. I don't know, and fought in the war.
Yes.
And,
Which one?
During the the
Second World War.
Crusades. I think it was. It was.
He's the only guy to miss through injury and World War. He's the only guy currently playing tennis to do that.
And I'm not going to lie. You can back me up. During the breaks, I tell you, I think he had flashbacks. He looked at me. He looked at me, and he was, mate. If there was not Mick, if there was not a crowd there, he would have bayoneted me. He would have gone straight in,
He
mate.
did give you the stink eye there at one stage.
Mate,
Why,
no, it was like no. So and then tonight though, Luke Longley, Australian basketball legend.
Yeah.
7'2".
And Eric. Thank you, Bruce. You're on fire today, and Eric Banner as
What are you
well.
going to ask him? What are you going to ask Luke?
Secure,
Eric
secure.
Yes, he loves his Aussie rules.
What are you going to ask Luke Longley?
Luke Longley. Well, I suppose Jordan. He played in 3 championships with Michael Jordan. It's going to come up.
yeah,
it's
like
going
Yeah,
to come
that's
up.
the.
What are you
When,
gonna-
when
what-
did you get who threw you your first basketball? Because your options are limited, right? When you're 7'2", you need there's a few things you can't do.
Yeah,
for
circus
a
or basketball?
living, you know.
Yeah.
What's he going to do in the circus?
Oh, I'll just be the world's tallest man. Everyone will believe you.
He'd light the cannon and fire me out of it. He could have done
Yes.
that. I think Luke Longley, though, it's a good point. What are you saying? He had no choice?
I think it. Well,
Why don't you say the words genetic freak to him tonight? Why don't you give him that?
I
one?
will.
Yeah?
I will.
You will
You
not.
will not. You will not.
Yeah, I'll really emphasise freak. What about Eric Banner? Now, are you going to tell him
No.
when you're speaking to Eric Banner?
Yes.
Are you going to bring up the acting role you were offered?
As former Wallabies coach Eddie Jones.
Eddie Jones. So,
The biop.
Pat, we still are fascinated by the idea that you could have played Eddie Jones in a story of his life.
Yeah.
And maybe we'll get a workshop, an acting workshop.
Well,
Please.
once again, yeah. Well, I that is true. I think I told you that on the show, didn't I? That I was a chance of. I was offered the role of playing Eddie Jones in a film, and
I would love to
but
have seen that.
I wanted to bring my own take. I wanted to play it more as Short Round had grown up. You know, what I mean, I wanted to do it like I had my own ideas, Mick, and that was what we had. It was a creative differences, whatever. You though, and Eric, because I make fun of it, but
Sure.
you are the star of one of this country's most successful films, Crackerjack.
Thank you very much.
So tonight I'll be having a couple of, be
be
toe to
like-
toe with a couple of thespians.
Be two bulls in a paddock.
It will. Bulls,
And
bulls, right.
as I said, the girls won't know where to look because there's a bit of eye candy on deck. Let's just say it'll go down to the wire. And
MG, I'll be on my left. Will be Eric Banner, and on my right will be Mick Malloy. I'll be like in the middle of. It'll be like I'm in the middle of a booper ad. It will be unbelievable.
How dare you?
No, mate, you look
You've
like.
come on my show, and that's what you're serving up.
I've brought. Hey, by the way, you know you always say, "Hey, can you bring something in?"
Yeah.
I've got.
Oh,
Something.
what have you got?
It's
What?
more some random thoughts.
Oh, please.
All
So
I
these are
love
just
this.
thoughts that spring to mind that
Yeah.
you think need to be out there.
I wrote this down, and I wanted to run it past you, right? So
Go.
you know, in life, things are about perspective and context.
Sure.
So the other day, I was having a dinner, and I saw a bloke walking down the road. It's about 7:00 at night, and a bloke was walking down the road with a pizza and a bottle of red.
Yes.
And exactly. My heart was warmed, and
Yeah,
I was smiling.
sure.
I go, that guy's got a good night ahead of him. That's lovely.
Yeah.
But if I see that the same bloke walking down the street with a bottle of red and a pizza at 10 a.m.,
Oh,
what do you
He's
reckon?
got
Mickey?
problems.
What do you think things have changed?
He's had a shocker. He has had a shocker.
I'm just curious. It just seems how
That's
things.
the male Walker show.
That's the
I
male
love
walker
this.
show, but
I love this
there's only 8 hours difference, but it can change the whole thing.
I hear what you're saying.
All right, what else?
You've blown my mind.
What else I got for you? That's probably it, to be honest.
No, you've got one more.
All right,
one
you know.
more.
So the other day I was talking to a mate, and I asked him about you've seen that movie Mississippi Burning.
yep.
That's rom-com. it's a great first
it's a-
date movie
yeah.
set in the South.
MG,
and
have you
race
seen?
riots.
Yes. Have you seen Mississippi Burning?
Yes, I have.
Starring Gene Hackman and Willem Dafoe.
Yeah.
I love Gene Hackman.
So I said to my mate, I said, "Oh yeah, I saw Mississippi Burning the other day." He goes, "Mississippi Burning." Oh yeah, was that? Did that have the mother from Malcolm in the Middle in it?
That's your takeaway. That's your takeaway.
No, but
from
firstly though,
Mississippi
Mickey, it wasn't. She's not in it. I don't know that.
Oh, she's
actress's
not?
name, but she's not even in it. But
No.
I go, but it's made me laugh. Like, what are you doing? Anything with the mother from Malcolm in the Middle? So Schindler's List. Oh, yeah. But was the mother from Malcolm in the Middle in that? What about the Notebook starring? But you change it now. Now it's just like, well, now you just can get it wrong. You've got license to get it wrong. So what about the Notebook starring
Yeah.
Rodney Dangerfield?
With his leg jumping up and down.
Yeah, anyway, that's
And
just a
Doris
couple of
Day.
things
I
I wrote down.
love it. One to go out on. Come on, mate. You can do this for
This
us.
is big. This one.
This is a big one.
Okay, drum roll.
Hey, so this week, myself, Mick Malloy, Marty Sheargold, and Lawrence Mooney are in Newcastle for
We
the
are in
comedians, right?
Newcastle.
And people ask me all the time, MJ, what's it like? What's it like
Oh,
being
I
backstage
bet.
with those three? And you know what? You know what it is? All it is me watching three middle-aged men eat sandwiches. Right? That's all it is. Right? I'm not going to lie.
is not
People
what it
have got these visions of Sinatra and Dino and
Yeah,
and
the
they're
Rat
drinking
Pack.
scotch and all. Yeah, the Rat Pack. Yeah, it's just three men struggling to put their shoes on. That's the biggest thing. Right? It's unbelievable.
I would like to argue, but in this case, truth is an offence. You bastard. By the way, to our Newcastle listeners, there are a couple of tickets left for the 5 o'clock show. So,
Give me a call, 133353. Give us a call right now.
Hey, no, we're not giving them away.
doing?
What are you doing?
I don't have any, MG.
Let's
What are
get two
you
away.
doing, MG?
we
This
should
is
get
our
two-
livelihood.
We should get
Oh,
two away.
Oh, wow.
MG's just...
Did you say we're giving 2 away? Yeah, well, you're
should.
buying them first then.
I'll buy them. I'll
Oh,
buy
no,
'em.
he won't. Trust me.
Oh,
There you go, Newcastle. Thank you, Sam.
Hey, I brought something.
You did bring
That was
something.
awesome.
And,
That was great.
It's awesome.
You have changed the dynamic.
This is the I love coming on this show.
because Glennie
And-
Robbins
and-
sets a pretty
Great.
Glennie Robbins sets a pretty high standard. Glennie comes with
Oh, don't
quizzes.
say
He comes
that.
with.
Now
What's-
he's
hold
going
on.
to get
Say.
upset now.
Does he
I'm
come
just
on?
telling Sam.
What's he come on for?
He just
Oh, he
comes
comes
on
on
and
with-
he really is. I hate to say our most popular guest, but the most loved and the one that really makes us smile.
That
Anyway,
old man's probably just wandering the streets. He doesn't know where he is. He just stumbles into the studio.
he's playing tennis with Henry. It could be his doubles partner. All right, Sam. See you tonight. Front bar,
Sammy.
Channel 7, 8:30. Let's get ready to rumble.
Love you
Go
guys.
boys.